Good evening. The time is 9 p.m. U.S. Central Time. This program is coming to you live from Chicago. Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett confirmation hearings continue. Early voting states are seeing huge numbers of participants and long lines. And another temporary halt in coronavirus vaccine trials by a major pharmaceutical company. Those are the headlines. My name is Tom Edwards. Now here are the details on tonight's episode of Radio Classics. Federal Judge Amy Coney Barrett faced more questions from Senate Judiciary Committee members today in the matter of her nomination to the U.S. Supreme Court. One newsworthy moment came when Barrett refused to give a firm answer to Senator Dianne Feinstein's question about whether Medicare is constitutional. Another eyebrow-raising moment occurred when Barrett was unable to name all 5 of the freedoms enumerated in the First Amendment of the Constitution.
What are the 5 freedoms of the First Amendment?
Speech, religion, press, assembly, religion, assembly. I don't know. What am I missing?
Redress or protest.
Okay.
That was Nebraska Senator Ben Sasse, Republican, who posed the question to Judge Barrett. Lastly, public calendars from the University of Notre Dame's Law School show at least 7 public meetings in which Barrett participated in recent years, including one on religion in the public square, a speech to a student religious society, and a talk with the law school's anti-abortion group. Barrett is required to disclose to the Senate Judiciary Committee all such public talks she has given in her professional career, but those and several others were not listed on her paperwork. A White House spokesman claims it was an oversight due to the large volume of materials being vetted. With less than 3 weeks to go before the November 3rd election, roughly 15 million Americans have already voted, reflecting an extraordinary level of participation despite the coronavirus pandemic, and showing a pattern that may wind up with the majority of voters casting their ballots before Election Day. That would be a first in U.S. history. Some assorted facts and figures compiled by the Washington Post. On the first day of early voting in Georgia this past Monday, voters waited as long as 11 hours in some polling locations. In North Carolina, nearly 20%, 100,000 of the roughly 500,000 persons who have returned mail-in ballots thus far are newcomers. They did not vote in the previous election, in other words. In Michigan, more than 1 million people, roughly 1/4 of the entire turnout of 2016, have already voted. Election officials around the country are reporting so much in-person turnout that more results could be available on election night itself than previously thought. So far, much of the early voting appears to be driven by heightened enthusiasm among Democrats. In the 6 states of Florida, Iowa, Maine, Kentucky, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania, approximately 3.5 million voters have cast ballots in those states thus far. Among those are a disproportionately large share of black voters and women. And votes by registered Democrats outnumber those of Republicans by roughly 2-1, according to a Washington Post analysis published this evening. First Lady Melania Trump has posted a personal memo on the White House website detailing her experiences battling COVID-19, for which she tested positive approximately 2 weeks ago. The First Lady also revealed that the Trump's 14-year-old son Barron had tested negative earlier, but did eventually test positive, a diagnosis the White House did not publicly share until now. Mrs. Trump says her son had no symptoms and has now once again tested negative. No presidential debate tomorrow night, but call it the dueling town halls in place of one. ABC Network has scheduled a Meet the Voters-style format featuring Democratic candidate Joe Biden. NBC has announced it will provide the same style program for President Trump, same time, different channel. The competing broadcasts will air tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the same time slot in which the second debate had originally been scheduled. More news in just a moment.
This is a message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. CDC is working to help keep you and your community safe from the threat of novel or new coronavirus. COVID-19 is spreading in the United States, and leaving your home increases your chances of getting and spreading the virus. CDC recommends you stay home except to get groceries, medications, or other essentials. For more information, visit cdc.gov.
9:06 p.m. In other news, Mexico has identified 2 women who may have been subjected to non-consensual surgeries while in the custody of ICE, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Agency. The findings are part of a Mexican government investigation into allegations of improper medical care at an ICE facility in Georgia. Mexican officials have interviewed at least 20 women as part of their investigation. One complaint raises concerns about the number of hysterectomies allegedly performed there, as well as accusations of neglect. The Trump administration would like to extend a key arms agreement with Russia before the election, and even went as far as saying the two countries had a gentleman's agreement to get it done. Russia, however, is flatly denying that claim. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Rybakov said there is no plan in place to extend the START nuclear treaty. He also said his country would not enter any agreement with the U.S. prior to November's presidential contest. Here is our nightly coronavirus update. 2 major pharmaceutical companies now, Johnson & Johnson and Eli Lilly, have put a temporary hold on their vaccine efforts. This is normal procedure during any vaccine development. The testing is paused if any volunteers taking the medication suffer illness or side effects. The laboratories work the bugs out and then go forward again. This has apparently disturbed President Trump, who insisted on a recent interview that the drugs are just fine.
Regeneron, I view it as a cure, not just a therapeutic. I view it as a cure because I took it. And Eli Lilly has a great drug. Eli Lilly has something very comparable. It's phenomenal.
Slight problem. The medications used in the course of Trump's treatment are not the same drugs he was touting in that Fox News segment. On her interview program Out Front, CNN's Erin Burnett asked one medical expert whether Trump was setting up false expectations about the development and eventual release of vaccines.
Is he setting up false expectations for people?
He always has. He's the quick fix president. There are no quick fixes here. This is why we have to do science. I'm actually not discouraged by these, pauses. This is why we do clinical trials. We'll get it right, and we'll have great therapeutics. I'm not really worried about these, speed bumps.
The Data Safety Monitoring Board, an independent group of medical experts who monitor such trials, recommended the pause in Eli Lilly's vaccine testing. The Lilly company signaled their immediate compliance and assured CNN in an email that safety is their utmost concern. Here are the current virus numbers from Johns Hopkins University Medical Center. Total cases now in the United States, 7,905,000, up by approximately 53,000 from yesterday's number. The death toll now stands at 216,600, an increase of 800 over yesterday's estimate. The financial report and the weather forecast after this.
Fall and winter is flu season. It takes about 2 weeks after getting a flu vaccine for your body to develop antibodies that protect against flu. So don't wait. Get yourself and your family vaccinated today. Learn more at cdc.gov/fightflu.
9:10 p.m. Central Time. In financial news, in what is normally a busy travel season, the pandemic continued to hammer the nation's air carriers. United Airlines posted a wider than expected drop in the third quarter, burning through about $25 million per day in losses. United earlier this month began furloughing some 13,000 employees after the federal payroll support program expired. Speaking of federal support, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin resumed their negotiations today, but again did not reach agreement. They plan to speak again tomorrow as they make a final push to get a stimulus deal nailed down before the election. However, Mr. Mnuchin said today that getting something done and executing it before the election would be difficult. On Wall Street, red ink across all three major indexes today, though the losses were moderate. Dow Jones Industrial Average off 166 to close at 28,514. NASDAQ down 95 to 11,769. And the S&P 500 finished at 3,489. That's plus 23 points. And now finally, the weather report. Heat will persist for coastal California, with the critical fire conditions continuing in the Four Corners region. Elsewhere, the warm spell of the past few days is coming to an end, as a strong system will deliver gusty winds from the northern Rockies into the plains, resulting in much cooler temperatures over most of the country starting tomorrow evening. The National Weather Service predicts temperatures 15 to 20 degrees below normal for the next several days. For Chicagoland, mostly cloudy tonight with a low at or near 50. Breezy with winds gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Tomorrow, Thursday, cloudy, then gradually becoming sunny in the mid to late afternoon, but high only in the mid-50s. Windy conditions continuing with gusts up to 30, and then tomorrow night, down we go. 38 for the overnight low, and for Friday, sunshine but remaining cooler, only to the mid-50s for our high. Current conditions under mostly cloudy skies, 75 degrees at Midway Airport, lakefront temperature 73, relative humidity 29%, and west wind at about 17 miles per hour. AccuWeather radar shows much of lower Michigan getting moderate rain showers tonight, but closer to home it's all clear. The time is 9:12 p.m. And once again, here at Radio City, we have 73 delightful degrees.
Live from Chicago, Variety Broadcast presents Radio Classics. Now, here's your host, Tom Edwards.
Super trooper beams are gonna blind me, but I won't feel blue like I always do, 'cause somewhere in the crowd there's you. I was sick and tired of everything the stage to mine. Tonight the super trooper lights are gonna find me shining like the sun, smiling, having fun, feeling like a number one. Tonight the super trooper beams are gonna blind me, but I won't feel blue like I always do. But somewhere in the crowd there's you. So I'll be there when you arrive. The sight of you will prove to me I'm still alive. And when you take me in your arms and hold me tight, I know it's gonna mean so much tonight. Tonight the super trooper lights are gonna find me shining like the sun, smiling, having fun, feeling like a number one. Tonight the super trooper beams are gonna blind me, but I won't feel blue like I always do. But somewhere in the crowd there's you. Lights are gonna find me shining like the sun, smiling, having fun, feeling like a tonight the super trooper beams.
Starting us off, one of their good ones. Well, they were all good, actually. ABBA, Super Trooper, on Radio Classics, 9:17. In the evening, a lovely Wednesday evening it is. Welcome, glad to see you. Come on in, sit down, relax a while. Glad you made it. Well, how about this news tonight about the woman who is being interviewed for the next Supreme Court position? She is a current federal judge, of course, Judge Amy Coney Barrett. And this was a Republican who posed the question to her. You wouldn't expect that he was intentionally trying to put her on the hot seat, but that's what happened. Nebraska Republican Senator Ben Sasse, if you were tuned in at the top of the hour, you heard this in my news report. He asked the judge what are the 5 components of the First Amendment. What are the freedoms that are guaranteed by the First Amendment? She stalled out after 4 of them, and he had to prompt her. He got it mostly right on the 5th one. What he said was right to protest the government for redress. It's actually petition the government. Protest would certainly be included in that, but I would say that the right to protest is more included under the right to peacefully assembly. But anyway, petition the government was the one that she forgot. You know, for somebody who's going to be on the Supreme Court now, isn't this a little bit like getting on board the airplane and you overhear a conversation between the pilot and the co-pilot? You know, the pilot of the 757 says, now this button over here, what was that one again? You know, this just doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. This is basic stuff. And the way she sounded like a college kid on a game show, like she's answering a Jeopardy question. Well, was it, the freedom of assembly and press, and which one did I miss? Oh, God, help us. And then they find out that a great many of her public speeches, she's supposed to list all of them on her paperwork for the committee, so they can, get an idea of where she stands on the various issues. She is supposed to list all of the speeches and meetings that she has participated in, at least public ones, of a political or legal nature. And there's a bunch of them missing. They found the ones on the publicly posted calendar of Notre Dame's law school, including some real important stuff here. Anti-abortion, religion in the public square. Those were the topics of several of these meetings, and so the White House says, well, it was just an oversight. Yeah, how convenient of an oversight is that? I mean, they neglected to fill out the paperwork for exactly the subjects that everybody is concerned about. What a coincidence, huh? Imagine that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 20 minutes after 9 o'clock. Hey, we'll get our trivia game started. And in case I forget, I have a mind like a sieve these days. Remind me. We'll add a little something to the trivia game tonight and see if it catches on, see if everybody likes this. And I'll tell you about it right after we do this important message.
No little cinnamon gum freshens breath longer than Big Red.
So kiss a little longer, stay close a little longer, hold tight a little longer, longer with Big Red. That Big Red freshness lasts right through it. Your fresh breath goes on and on. While you chew it, say goodbye a little longer, make it last a little longer. Give your breath long-lasting freshness with Big Red.
All right, 9:21 p.m. We do a trivia game here on our show at Radio Classics, a game show with the best contestants in all of cyberspace. That's you, and I'm glad you're here. Now, if you're listening off in the background, and we always seem to have people who do, and that's great. Now, this is not a complaint in any way. I'm just letting you know that if you wish, you can sign into the system and join in on our chat board. And that way you can talk to the other folks and participate in our trivia game. If you wish, you can sign up for a full-fledged account, like signing up for an email account or one of those things. It kind of works the same way. But that's optional. You don't have to. If you want to, you can just plug in a temporary nickname, and then the automation will let you jump right in. But like I say, now that's an option. You're welcome to just hang back and listen if you would rather do it that way. I'm just glad you're here in any case. Here's how our trivia game works. We play for Monopoly money, and then whoever has the most Monopoly dollars saved up by the end of the broadcast wins a fabulous grand prize. So expensive, so glamorous. Tonight we are giving away the second of the yellow properties, Ventnor Avenue. Getting up into the high rent district, aren't we? Now, please remember, on the honor system, no search engines. Don't Yahoo or Bing or Google or any of that. We'll smack your hands and stand you in the corner if we catch you. Now and then we do multi-part questions. So if we do such a question, please include all, what am I trying to say here? Please remember to answer all parts of it so that your entry can be counted. Then, last and not least, just sort of as a little bonus tonight, we'll call this the Battle of the Bands. As the program progresses, every time we play a record, I know everybody kind of loves playing Name That Tune. Whoever has the first correct answer on the board as far as which performer is doing it, we'll give them an extra $5, and then that'll be kind of a bonus by the end of the program. Now, obviously, you have to get your answer up on the board before the song ends, at which time I'll do it like I normally do and tell you who's performing it, but we'll just see how that goes. We'll try that out as an add-on. We'll call it Battle of the Bands, and we'll see how that goes. So once again, while each record is playing, and this goes for all of the songs tonight, not just the Name That Tune feature, but for all of the songs, whoever posts the name of the performer, the name of the singer, or band, whatever it is, you'll get an extra $5, and then we'll add that to your total at the end of the program. How does that sound? All right, now let's get the game going. Now that we got the rules out of the way, let's get to the fun part. $20. Sweets and treats, our category. You're not supposed to use food coloring when you make this dessert. That's cheating. I learned that today when I looked up the recipe. If you do it right, it will reach the correct color thanks to the natural coloring of powdered cocoa. And then it'll look really pretty when you frost it with white icing. Pardon me. Excuse me. Name the dessert we're talking about. Okay, $20, sweets and treats. You're not supposed to use food coloring when you make this dessert. That's cheating. If you do it right, it'll reach the correct color thanks to the natural coloring of powdered cocoa. Then it'll look really pretty when you frost it with white icing. Tell me the name of the dessert we're talking about. And while you're thinking about that, enjoy the music of, well, you tell me who.
Why do you build me up, buttercup baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and then worst of all, never thought baby
coming again, but you're late. I waited around and then I run to the door. I can't take anymore. It's not you. You let me down again. Baby, baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you happy. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around? And then worst of all, you never call, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. You are my toy, but I could be the boy you adore if you just let me know. Although you are true, I'm attracted to you all the more. Why do I need you so? Baby, baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you happy. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around? And then worst of all, you never call, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart.
You want to make any bets tonight on how many times I mess up and accidentally give the name of the band ahead of time and then screw up the question? Well, nobody made any guesses on that one, but the group was The Foundations, and of course the tune is Build Me Up, Buttercup. 28 minutes after 9 o'clock, and we have a winner in Trivia Round 1. I'll tell you about that in just a moment.
Thick chunk, thick chunk, chunky, open wide for chunky.
The thickest nickel chocolate bar in the USA. Milk chocolate, raisins, Brazil nuts, cashews. Chunky, extra thick for extra flavor. New, just nuts and milk chocolate. Pecan chunky.
Open wide for chunky. Chunky.
That is a commentary on my dietary condition these days, chunky. The more I stay closed up inside with nothing to do during these coronavirus days, the more candy I eat. Not only chunky, but sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. I love those, the Mounds and the Almond Joys and Snickers and Payday. Oh, I've had a real taste for Paydays lately. I need to stop buying all that stuff. I think it's a big plot. They put it on sale, too, at Walgreens to try to get you buy more of it. Okay, audience, how about a nice round of applause now? Our winner in Trivia Round 1, that would be Nicole. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. A red velvet cake. Absolutely right. You're not supposed to use food coloring. It will turn itself red as the powdered cocoa sort of mixes in and naturally bakes and all that jazz, and then you make it real pretty with white creamy icing. Good job. Question number 2 now. Let's see, we're looking at geography this time. $25 on the barrel. On the island of Java, you will find the large city of Jakarta. It is a coastal city, also a very large city with almost 11 million citizens. What country is Jakarta the capital of? $25 geography. We're talking about the island of Java, where you find the large city of Jakarta. It is a coastal city, also a very large one with 11 million citizens. Tell me, what country is Jakarta the capital of? I don't know what to say now in terms of holding back about the names of the artists.
For so long, every second record on the radio sing like our song. How we hurt each other, oh baby, it was so wrong. Something in the bottom of my heart will keep me holding on. We were lovers in the young and strong and bold days. We turned them into treasure, our silver and gold days. Even though we're older, there's still nothing like the old days. Something in the bottom of my heart will keep me holding on. 'Cause you saved my soul. You came along and took me out of the nighttime. Yeah, you saved my soul, taught me to fly. And I gave my heart, and babe, it's something that there's just no returning. 'Cause if I have you now, I'll never have to make it alone. We were lovers, for so long. Every second record on the radio seemed like our song. Even though we're older, things that we're feeling can't be all wrong. Something in the bottom of my heart will keep me holding on. 'Cause you saved my soul. You came along and took me out of the nighttime. Yeah, you saved my soul, taught me to fly. And I gave my heart, and babe, it's something that there's just no returning. 'Cause if I have you now, I'll never have to make it alone. Save my soul. Ooh, taught me how to fly. You picked me up when I was falling. Save my soul. Came right along, you picked me up at the bottom. Save my soul. Save me, honey, go save me. Morning love, you save my soul. Save me, honey, go save me. And even love, you save my soul. You came along and took me out of the nighttime. Yeah, you saved my soul, taught me to fly. And I gave my heart, and babe, it's something that there's just no returning. 'Cause if I have you now, I'll never have to make it alone. Ooh, lover, darling, yes, if I have you now, never have to walk it alone. Listen to me when I try to tell you, love. Yes, if I have you now, I'll never have to make it alone.
And there we have the music of Burton Cummings, You Saved My Soul. I thought Celeste might get that one because she mentioned Burton Cummings last night, and I said, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's pull some of his records out of mothballs and play them. So that's what I did. Now you're going to think that Celeste and I are in collusion. They're going to sick Robert Mueller on me now for colluding. Okay. Now let's see. How about we do the word of the day next? British robot lady, ring the bell and do your thing.
Word of the day.
The word of the day from Merriam-Webster, the dictionary people, for tonight is gauntlet, G-A-U-N-T-L-E-T. Definition, a glove worn with medieval armor to protect the hand. Definition 2, an open challenge as to combat, for example, used in phrases like throw down the gauntlet. Definition 3, a dress glove extending above the wrist. And appropriately enough, gauntlet comes from the Middle French word gantelet, meaning, you guessed it, glove. That's our word of the day, gauntlet, G-A-U-N-T-L-E-T, from Merriam-Webster, the dictionary people, at m-w.com. All right, we have an exciting trivia game going, and I will give you the score and come up with the next question right after this important message.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America is asking you to call. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA. America's the greatest land of all. On a highway or a road along a levee. Performance is sweeter, nothing can beat her. Life is completer in a Chevy. So make a date today to see the USA. See it in your Chevrolet. See the USA in your Chevrolet. The Rockies way out west are calling you. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA, where fields of golden wheat pass and review. Whether traveling light or with a load that's heavy. Performance is sweeter, nothing can beat her. Life is completer in a Chevy. So make a date today to see the USA and see it in your Chevrolet.
Vroom vroom, Dinah Shore on Radio Classics, but that's a commercial. That doesn't count. I know that I'm going to mess it up one of these times because it's just such a natural part of the presentation of a radio program. You know, when you say, and here's Tony Bennett, you know, and the music starts up behind you, that's just all part of the show. I should get trivia money for being able to remember all of this, to remember to not say the name of the performer ahead of time. Now, let's see. Speaking of scoreboard, all right, audience, nice round of applause. Nicole hit a double tonight in this baseball game. She's on second base, 2 in a row. Okay, for Nicole, $45 now. She answered the second question correctly, and that was geography. Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia. Indonesia, the answer we were looking for. So our scoreboard looks like this. Nicole has $45. Celeste has $5 in the running musical game. Carlotta has $5. She got the opening one, ABBA, and she also suggested the game the other day. So we'll give her an extra bonus dollar for that. Okay, now comes question number 3. Here we go. Put your thinking cap on. Polish up your typing fingers. It's Name That Tune, and this one is $25. A big hit in 1966. All right, born in Scotland, raised in England. This fellow had a number of hit records, and this one was his biggest. All right, Name That Tune. Big hit in 1966. $25 jackpot on this round. Here comes your audio clue. Crank up the volume and listen carefully.
Name that tune.
I'm just mad about 14. 14's mad about me.
And now, here's more of Radio Classics with your host, Tom Edwards.
Last night as I got home, about 10:30, there was the woman I thought I knew in the arms of another man. I kept my cool, I ain't no fool. Let me tell you what happened then. I packed some clothes and I walked out, and I ain't going back again. So take a letter, Maria, address it to my wife. Say I won't be coming home, gotta start a new life. We'll take a letter, Maria, address it to my wife. Send a copy to my lawyer, gotta start a new life. You'll find many things things, but most of all, a good secretary to me. And it's times like this I feel you've always been close to me. Was I wrong to work nights to try to build a good life? All work and no play has just cost me a while. So take a letter, Maria, no, address it to my wife. Say I won't be coming home, gotta start a new life. We'll take a letter, Maria, address it to my wife. Send a copy to my lawyer, gotta have a new life. When a man loves a woman, it's hard to understand that she would find more pleasure in the arms of another man. I never really noticed how sweet you are to me. It just so happens I'm free tonight. Would you like to have dinner with me? We'll take a letter, Maria, address it to my wife. Say I won't be coming home, gotta start a new life. Oh, take a letter, Maria, address it to my wife. Send a copy to my lawyer, gotta have a new life. We'll take a letter, Maria.
Yes, to whom it may concern. Take a letter, Maria. All right, now that is R.B. Graves, the singer on that one. Nobody got that. Now, let me catch up on a little technical business here. Nicole reminds me that we need to click a little button here. If you try to post a URL, sometimes it rejects it. Now, let me adjust that for you. Well, heck. No, not that. There. Okay. Now, I just clicked you upward to what is called the regular status as opposed to visitor status. It should allow you to post a URL now. If anybody runs into that, if you run into a barricade where it won't let you post something, it's only because I forgot to change that setting. See, if you want, you can sign up for a regular account, and then it retains those settings each time. That's optional. If you just sign in each time with a guest nickname, that's fine too, but then I have to reset it for you if you want to add anything special other than just text messages on the chat board. Did you follow all of that? Okay, good. Let's see now. What time is it? 9:43 p.m. Hey, let's look back in history. That'll be fun. Okay, open your history book to page 14. As in the 14th of October. On this date in 1947, Chuck Yeager broke the sound barrier by flying the experimental X-1 rocket plane. Rumor has it Mrs. Yeager had already broken the sound barrier many times. Chuck, take out the garbage. 1912 on this date, before a campaign speech in Milwaukee, presidential candidate Theodore Roosevelt was shot at close range by saloon keeper John Schrank. Schrank had taken aim directly at Roosevelt's heart, but thanks to an eyeglasses case and a bundle of papers in the breast pocket of his coat, Roosevelt suffered only minor injuries. And despite his vigorous campaign, Roosevelt, who had already served as the 26th president from 1901 to 09, was defeated by Democrat Woodrow Wilson. The gunman was ruled to be insane and committed to a mental hospital where he died many years later in 1943. On this date, 1066, King Harold II of England was defeated by the invading Norman forces of William the Conqueror at the Battle of Hastings. 1964, on this date, African-American civil rights leader Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his nonviolent resistance to racial prejudice. At age 35, Dr. King was the youngest person ever to receive the award. 1964, also on this date, Nikita Khrushchev was ousted as leader of the Soviet Union. He was succeeded by his former protege, Leonid Brezhnev. 1892, on this date, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle was published. Elementary, my dear Watson. 1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis, bringing the U.S. and the Soviet Union to the brink of nuclear conflict, started on this date. Famous birthdays today: William Penn, English philosopher, Quaker, and founder of Pennsylvania, born 1644. 34th U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, born 1890. Lillian Gish, American silent film and stage actress, 1893. Poet E.E. Cummings, 1894. The late actor Robert Webber, 1924. Another fine actor, Roger Moore, the best James Bond in my book, born 1927. You think, who's the Scotsman who played James Bond? You like it, or the Irishman? You like him better? I can't think of his name right now. Who's your favorite James Bond? I thought Moore was the best. The man who blew the doors off the Watergate cover-up, Nixon's former attorney, John Dean, is celebrating 82 today. Fashion designer Ralph Lauren, 81. Women's PGA golf champ Beth Daniel, number 64. And finally, a musical birthday boy born as Harry Roger Webb in 1940. British singer, musician, performer, actor, and philanthropist. 80 candles on his cake today, knighted by the Queen in 1995. And in keeping with our new game, I can't tell you his name. So here's Mystery Birthday Boy.
If you could only see through my
should say I'm getting nowhere. In my dreams, you always come around. Here am I'm taking a chance, walking on air, flying so high. Here am I'm facing the truth, there's no other way.
No guesses on this one, huh? Well, our musical birthday boy is Cliff Richard. Dreaming, one of his big hit records from the year 1980. Now, let's see. A long time ago, we asked a Name That Tune question, didn't we? All right, let me scroll back. Let's see here. Okay, well, we got a half credit anyway. Audience, nice round of applause for Mike. I guess that is Mike, who is using the screen name. He likes switching around with his screen name, split personality, you know. He went unchallenged on that one, so it's not, we're not taking money away from anybody else who gave a full answer. He answered half the question, so we'll give him half credit on that. Mellow Yellow was the tune, and the performer on that one is Donovan. So that's a half win for Mike in trivia. Name that tune. Congrats.
I'm just mad about saffron. Saffron's mad about me. I'm just mad about saffron. She's just mad about me. They call me Mellow Yellow, quite rightly. They call me Mellow Yellow, quite rightly. They call me Mellow Yellow. Mad about 14. 14's mad about me. I'm just mad about 14. She's just mad about me. They call me Mellow Yellow. They call me Mellow Yellow, quite rightly. They call me Mellow Yellow. Forever to fly, a wind of velocity nil. On a high forever to fly. If you want your cup power fill, they call me Mellow Yellow, quite rightly. They call me Mellow Yellow, quite rightly. They call me Mellow Yellow. Sudden grace, electrical banana is bound to be the very next phase. They call it Mellow Yellow, quite rightly. They call me Mellow Yellow, quite rightly. They call me Mellow Yellow. Saffron, she's just mad about me. They call me Mellow Yellow.
Quite rightly. There we have Donovan, Mellow Yellow. That was our trivia Name That Tune question. And Mike picked up a half credit on that one. So our scoreboard now looks like this. Kind of a complex process tonight with our new little bonus Battle of the Bands game. But I'm managing to keep up, I think. I'm sure somebody will scream at me if I make a mistake. But Nicole is leading with $45, and then Mike is in second place with 13, half a question, and Celeste and Carlotta are tied at third with $5 apiece. And here comes the next question. TV trivia this time, $25 on the barrel. We are looking for the name of an actor. Name of an actor. The show was called Alice, and it was based on the movie Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. This fellow played the role of Mel, the owner of the diner where Alice worked. In fact, he played the role in both the TV and the movie versions. He didn't win it, but he was nominated for the Emmy for his TV portrayal. Name the actor who played Mel Sharples. All right, TV trivia, $25. Tell me the name of the actor who played Mel Sharples, the owner of Mel's Diner, where Alice worked. And there we have Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. And that picks up $5 for Celeste. Good job. Oh, look at the time, 9:58. Kind of got away from me. Time flies when you're having fun, as they say. Maestro, theme song, if you please. All right, let's take a look at that full trivia scoreboard. Now, let's see. On our last question, $25 on TV trivia. The actor who played Mel, the owner of the diner where Alice worked, Vic Tayback. Absolutely right. Nicole picked up that one for another $25 on her score. And let's see now. Working from low to high, Carlotta has $5, then Celeste with 10. Celeste just picked up another 5 for Frankie Valli and the 4 seasons. 3, 2, 1, I don't know, whatever the heck it is. Mike is in second place with 13, and Nicole is the grand prize winner tonight with $70. All right, audience, a nice round of applause for all our contestants. Thanks to everybody for playing. You done good. Nicole wins the grand prize tonight, and that is the second of the yellow Monopoly properties, and that'll be posting on your screen in just a minute, so you can add that to your real estate portfolio with our compliments. All right, I've enjoyed it. Thanks as always for tuning in. Now please remember to keep your mask on. Don't listen to the crazy man in the Oval Office. Listen to the medical experts. We're entering the fall and winter season where they think it's only going to get worse, not better. So please protect yourself. Wear a mask whenever you go out. If you would like to tell a friend about the broadcast, I'd appreciate that. You'll notice on the website we have a share button now, so you can click on that and put it on your Facebook page. Or if you just want to tell people in person, why, that works too. Let them know to click into tomedwards.info, and that'll connect them right to the website. That's tomedwards.info. Look at all of those excellent, cool graphics that Carlotta came up with for Joe Biden on our chat board tonight. Thank you for those. All right, on behalf of Mr. J. Cat Rockefeller and myself, thanks for tuning in. Oh, I almost forgot. Tomorrow is the presidential town hall, so we will not be broadcasting. I will talk to you Friday night. Okay, talk to you Friday night.